Hello, friends and fellow troublemakers. Alright, Chapter 8.
Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Sounds like a few people knocked unconscious. Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Mrs. Lucas, Gran. That's awful nice of you, but I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
We gotta stop
In one
him.
smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No. Well, I guess that's it. We lost. Wouldn't be so sure about that.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk. Change. Malice.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice, the whiskey from its office? Yep, dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a hair of the dog. You can all call me
His
Sharper
body
Valentine.
and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Is confetti what you get? Now that's what I call 80 proof whiskey. Dang, dude.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
Alright, so the vial was maybe... I think that's the only one we can affect, isn't it? Alright, the vial was maybe... potion with a little change.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like pocket change? Your uncle Unlucky Penny. Yeah, I plopped in the vial when no one was looking. What's that gonna do? No idea, that's the beauty of it. Now we observe. You can all call me
His
Sharper
body
Valentine.
and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Holy crap, he's a baby? Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we do? We do what Valentines always do. What must be done. All her ailment prepare a crib for father, young Sharper. That would be a great help, thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave now. That doesn't feel like it either.
Epilogue. Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn, his mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
What are we up to? Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You're gonna swing by? Be there in a minute.
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage. Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
We don't know what's going on in the cave. I'm ready to go now. You go on without me, I'll meet you there. I've got a bunch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny, I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing, but now I enjoy it. Alright, everything looks the same out here. I kept expecting to have to come back out here for something. Okay, I think we're done chilling. I thought there might be something for us to do around the house, but I think it's time for us to get out of here. You can't help but feel like you've missed things. I hear you and Rollo have a big plans for that little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity 1 Rollo 1 Luca rule, so we decided to expand, but at least we got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Ilona's shop going? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture up at State. Also, Nellie said she'd read a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's growing up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean growth literally, but this morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of the things might be his excitement. That might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Hey guys, how's tree planting going? Couldn't be better. I'm so grateful to Ilona and Nellie for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Guess we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's
When the
next?
perennial harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town, but some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new offices. You can count on us. Well, it looks like you really found your calling. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here, this is something I can be proud of. How's the nap been this morning? Most underrated part of a good nap is the view, and the view is getting greener every day. Nice. I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It's actually Nellie's idea. There's a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. It's just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is go slow and fix things. Amen to that. It's interesting. I never thought about going down this bike. You can't. Feels like an impediment. I'd better not dilly-dally. Go to the treehouse. Fine. What's up, dude? Okay, get this. I managed to reel in an actual fish this morning. Seriously? Yeah, an honest-to-goodness flip-flopping, swam-in fish. I don't think I've ever actually caught a fish here. Been at least 7 years since I've caught an actual one. I'd say it's a good omen. What do you do with the fish? Oh, I released it back into the pond. Hoping to catch it again tomorrow. I imagine the fish is probably hoping that doesn't happen. A little higher. Yep. Perfectly safe. A little lower. Yep. A little higher. Yep. I'm telling ya. The angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of the antenna redesign. Fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic till we get back. Who, me? Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yup. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want Mission Control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen up our grip a little bit. You're right. Lead the way. Let's go to Beck's house. Young Mr. Van Horn. How's little Solomon, or Sharper, doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I, so we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Modwell, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. Two activities I'm endeavoring to find less distasteful. I think you're doing a great job, and the whole town is ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him how to throw a baseball.
Iris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. What's today's news that needs knowing? I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, has performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correction Facility. I hear there wasn't any dry eye in the house. Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. Jail will have that effect on him. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile after everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong. We made it. The
Closing
end.
her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Wow, back for seconds? If it's not too much trouble, for the longest time I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Luca, can you tell Rock to be free in an hour? Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it builds character. I think he meant to say, it builds character. It builds something, alright. Luca, can I interest you in a delicious apple? He playfully waggled an apple. No thanks, just saying hello. Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom that we need new creative jam? Already? It's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the back, terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam. museum is gone. What do we've got nothing in its place, Dad. Some possibilities, maybe.
Over the school year, Kato and Bert had become close friends.
But did you know that when they covered up the source, they found a new species of fungus? Yep, and they are studying it in the new labs. Did you know that Beacon Pines is now the smallest town in the county? Yep, close to the population before Perennial Harvest moved in.
It typically went on like this for quite some time.
Can't believe it's over. Yeah, the town's really starting to turn a new leaf. The town, I was talking about Hank Atomic. I just finished reading the last issue. How was it? It's great as always. Hank finally returned to Earth, but I just feel weird now. Weird can be cool. It just means you're ready for something new. Any suggestions? You could ask Ms. Hatch about what she's always reading. She seems to really enjoy it. Huh, maybe I'll do that.
Luca peeked over Piper's shoulder. Laid stealthily inside a large volume of mathematics was the first issue of Hank Atomic.
Piper, are you reading Hank Atomic? Do you mind not telling anyone? Kinda got a reputation to uphold. Oh, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just about every kid in town reads Hank Atomic. Honestly, I'm excited for you. Would give this start over fresh, to experience it again for the first time. I guess that's the downside of finishing something nice. At least now I can tell you to enjoy it again through you. Promise not to tell me about it as you go? Sure thing. Alright, let's get out of here. We did the thing. We checked the place out. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I'm gonna go see my dad in a bit. Did you want to come with? Even after everything I did, you'd still...
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now.
With Perennial Harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come on, come on, come on. No one is too big, no one is too small for Jeff's wild ride.
Maybe not completely unused.
Just one piece of candy for the ride of your life. Who's next? Me, 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 me. Guess what? Yesterday I saw a Dynasties Titius, and that's good. It's great. I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines are going to become the bug capital of the country. Oh, can we not get through here again? No. Alright. I think we only have one place left to go now. Into the mansion.
The Valentine Mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
Alright, how's it going back? I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in? It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Just sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root-worthy. You're going to be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise. My mom's prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of old Beacon Pines and thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. Let's go take Jeff's wild ride.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
Ah, you got it. Now that's a good looking tree. Being a special occasion or whatnot, the ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang tight to that little tree.
looking for. Honestly, I began to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how. It's hard to explain.
Don't know how to thank you.
To me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. Good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should have probably given you some time alone now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. I feel like a dang cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We're a trio now. Yep. Hi. Thanks. There's just one thing missing now that you're part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh God. I won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer. You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Can I ask you a question? If we poured that green liquid into the ground here, would it resonate? No, we're not doing some kind of dark Pet Cemetery sort of thing. Did you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid that you're going to forget him? Forget what he looked like, forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more. Because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey Dad, Dr. Modwell says that over the next few years this place should warm up, so it won't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in, big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to let go. But that didn't mean you loved us any less. Why not visit you as much as I used to? I know you understand. Okay, that is us. Oh my gosh. Well, that was an interesting ride. I enjoyed it. I think it shifted a lot from when I started playing what my thoughts on it were in terms of where I thought maybe we were going. But I like the overall narrative. The overall storytelling was really well done. I think I couldn't have foreseen how it was going to play out, the way it would just sort of keep looping back on itself, but in an interesting way. Like I said in a previous episode, I think as it went on, definitely the sense that you had any kind of ability as a player to have an impact on anything, you came to realize that you're riding the train. Just stay on the train and ride the rails, and that was okay. I think in the end, I think when it starts out, you feel like there's a lot of possibility as you discover things and you find out those little charms and poke around town and do stuff. But then as you go on, that becomes seemingly less significant. I'm kind of curious if there's still stuff like that I left around that I didn't discover that needed discovering in order to open up a different, trajectory or possibility. I have no idea. I wouldn't go through it again just to find out. I think especially once you know the entire plot, to me, it would be not as enjoyable, but it's intriguing because I'm curious, like, what did I miss, if anything? And can you really miss anything? Or are you obligated to somehow stumble into it in order to make, I mean, I think you have to. You're not going to be able to progress unless you find the thing. So it does seem like you're kind of, the thing snuck out like a sore thumb. Like you had to look at the question marks because you'd be bored if you didn't. I think that's the whole point of the game, is you poke your nose around where you shouldn't. So I like that. It kind of invited you to find the thing you needed where you feel a little accomplishment when you find it. But at the same time, like you absolutely were going to find it because at some point you're going to get kicked back into a loop. I'm curious how the game dealt with that. Like if you hadn't discovered the thing yet, I guess you're just put down a different narrative pipeline where you're going to find the thing because there's really, only a couple of things you can click on to interact with. So I don't know. It's weird. It feels somewhat closed off, like a choose your own adventure story where you really do feel. I don't know. I remember reading those as a kid and thinking, well, seems like possibility. And as you read through, it feels less and less like possibility because you realize that you don't have actual choice. You have the illusion of choice, and that's the difficult thing with this kind of a game. So it does leave you with a weird feeling that way. Like you don't have a sense of accomplishment because you didn't do anything. You kind of stumbled through a narrative. So this feels more like I read a book than it did I played a game. And even though it was interactive and all that, I don't think I felt any real sense of player agency throughout. It was really that I'm reviewing a narrative with a few pauses. But that's not a bad thing. I'm just reflecting on the whole process because it's interesting because it's not like a point and click or something where you can bang your head on it a lot more. I felt like this was this took off the rough edges of a point and click game to get you to the same place in the end, which I kind of appreciated. Although I've been playing this in a very warm room, and I gotta say I almost dozed off a couple of times because it was the narrative sort of lulls a bit especially as you approach the ending. In the beginning it was very like you're into it, and as it continues it's a little bit more like restrictive. Now I'm curious, this idea of so we could go back and try out. We're going to do that as a little, I mean, there could be more things here. That's what I'm sort of fascinated by. Like, is there something else I've missed? I don't know, but let's go find this. Bet there is. There's probably some other. So he's giving a speech, and we mixed his potion with some junk. Now what happens when we do that?
Wonder potion with a little junk.
By that she means heroin, and it's going to turn really bad. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash. How did ashes get in the vial? It's pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyways. Probably said bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Does ashes drift off like a cigar? Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines, a new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
And that's interesting because I only wonder if it goes that way if you hadn't resolved the rest of the plot. So it is funny, like I think each of these, there's like a feedback loop of once you complete it, that ending triggers a difference in the previous possibility that tells it, hey, he already saw the end. Don't go the whole end. Let's have a pseudo end. So I kind of wonder if some of those midpoint endings are sort of, anyway, that's kind of like the design. Yeah, I think, well, that's probably a good place too, because I don't want to go back to any of these other. So yeah, I'm wondering, I guess you can't really go back, can you? Yeah, no, so you've done the thing. Interesting. Huh. All right, well, I think that's a good place for us to take a break. That's some very thematic music to go out on. Yeah, it got me thinking, and I enjoyed it. So that's always a good sign whenever I play through something. If I think a little bit about the whole thing of what a game is and what games are doing for us, and also enjoy the process, then that's the deal. It's worth playing. All right, we will see you all next time. Till then, bye bye.